You can just kind of move back into the middle area there.
Where?
That's good. Right there is good. Perfect. Thank you. All right. This is case number 18. 11950, People versus Christopher Blackwood. Mr. Blackwood was picked up on a warrant for failing to appear for sentencing, and that was looks like that was set back on September 15th. He's represented by Christine Frisbee, who's appearing by Zoom. And Ms. Frisbee, do you have any explanation to offer on behalf of Mr. Blackwood as to why he didn't show up for sentencing and hasn't contacted the court since?
Well, I don't know why he hasn't contacted the court since, but I think there was a misunderstanding with, he believes there was a misunderstanding between our communications with him, telling him different days to appear, but I don't know why he didn't. He had some family issues. He has now he has custody of his I think he said 7 kids, and he has a business that he's been running, and he's been caring for his ailing parents or grandparents, I believe, as well. So he had some things to take care of. He had some matters in another county, Ottawa County, I believe, that he had to take care of. He took care of all that, and he was picked up, I think, last night, and now he's here to, face the music, basically. And I guess we just need a new sentencing date. He'd like a bond, too.
Say that again?
He'd like a bond.
Okay, that's what I thought you said.
All I can tell you is I just talked to him, and I'm just the messenger, Your Honor.
Is there any way that I'm allowed to speak on this matter, Your Honor?
Just a second.
Okay.
Anything that you want to say, Mr. Holmes?
Yeah, Your Honor, I guess I'd be sort of opposed to any bond of any sort. He's proven himself not reliable. It was a sentencing. He could have been well into his sentence if he had appeared. Needing to take care of personal matters to the detriment of the court, I don't think is in the cards. So I'd ask a bond sufficient to make sure that he appears or no bond.
All right, and Mr. Blackwood, anything that you want the court to consider?
I do, Your Honor. First of all, I didn't show up that day of court because I was sent, it wasn't a belief of miscommunication. Ms. Frisbee sent me 2 different letters prior to that last court date telling me to show up by Zoom. 2 different envelopes that I have right at my house ready to present to you with 2 different post dates on it, the exact same letter. When I asked her the day of the court that I had to call and get the Zoom, I called you guys that day to try to figure it out. They said, no, it's actually by person. I called Ms. Frisbee. She denied completely ever sending me any letter. She said she actually sent me a correction to that letter, which was not true. I sent them both over to her. I sent them to my PO. They both seen that they were the exact same letter. I asked her about it. She refused to come in here and own responsibility for you or to you over that. When I asked her to give me a new sentence date that day, I told her, look, this was not me just not showing up. I called you guys an hour before the court. I paid my fine. I called to find out where I had to show up. I wasn't trying to not come. There was a miscommunication between the 2 of us, but I have those letters still to show that I did get those. Since then, I've just been trying to take care of the Ottawa stuff, the charge. I did get that dismissed because there was way too much evidence showing that I did not attack her, showing I was not drinking that night. So they dismissed that. I was just been trying to get things in order so that I didn't come in here and just get sent off to prison. And there goes my business, there goes my kids, there goes my family. I was just scared and spooked at that point when I tried to reach out to her and she refused to take responsibility for those letters. She actually denied sending them. She refused to help me out at all after that. Even now, she tells me in the room back there that she was going to talk to you and explain that to you. But then she comes out here and says, oh, he believes there was miscommunication. I didn't believe that. That's something that was mailed to me, saying to show up by Zoom. I was under a misunderstanding. I will admit that. That is my fault for not coming in since then. I was just simply trying to get my life in order before coming in front of you with a case in Ottawa If I was locked up in here, I couldn't have fought that. I would have lost that case. By being out, I won that case. I was able to show proof that I was not at fault. And I was just trying to get my life in order before you guys took it away.
All right. So in this case, the court is going to hold you without bond pending sentencing. We will set a new sentencing date. And I don't have the next date that I have available.
Can I plead guilty right now, Your Honor?
No, sir, all we have to do is sentence you. You've already pled guilty to the
No,
probation violation.
that's what I meant. I'm
You've already
sorry.
pled guilty to the probation violation. The only thing that we have to do is sentence you.
Well, that's what I meant. I'm
As
sorry.
we're just, and I can't sentence you without an updated report.
Okay.
So, and I don't have that.
Okay.
So I will set a new sentencing date and we'll notify you, Ms. Frisbee, when my criminal clerk gets back in, we can pick a date for that. So, Mr. Blackwood, you are held without bond pending sentence. Okay.
Can I have one more question, Your Honor? Are we going with the original deal or are you guys going with something new? Is it still the original deal the prosecutor offered of the 15 months with 9 months credit or that I had pled guilty to?
So that's probably not going to be an option for you. But that's, you're kind of up to the prosecuting attorney, and I've had some input from the probation agent. But, Mr. Blackwood, what's pretty clear to me was that you made the choice. You knew you had this coming. You knew it was hanging over your head. And you made the choice that it was more important to work your job, take care of your family, take care of this, take care of that. Not that there was any real mix up for the dates, but that just you were making a choice. You were just running the game, trying to get as much as you could done before you had to eventually face the music. And you put that on top of the fact that you failed to appear a couple of different times. Back in November 6, 2018, you failed to appear. The court issued a bench warrant for your arrest on that. On July 7th, you failed to appear. You ended up calling late. And then you blow us off for your sentencing on September 15th. So,
Definitely
the
not on purpose.
the original deal is probably not going to be offered to you, but I'm not going to speak to the prosecutor and probation agent. And, I'll get an update. I'll hear from your attorney all the good things that you've been doing since you've been out, and maybe that'll change my mind. But the next thing you'll have is a sentencing, and it'll probably be in March. So, all right,
And
that's
this
all for
time
today,
counts
sir.
toward that as well, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
All right. Right there's fine.
Okay, sorry, sir.
We don't want to crowd in on you.
Yeah, no.
Too close.
Okay.
All right, this is case number 19-12208FH. This is People versus Larissa Lynn Updike. Ms. Updike, you were picked up on a warrant really for a couple different things. Is that you had previously pled guilty to a probation violation, and we had a sentencing agreement. Required you to go to jail, and you chose not to go to jail as directed. So we've got that going on. And the other thing that we have going on is that because you failed to abide by my court order to report to jail as directed, that resulted in another probation violation. So that's why we're here today. You're represented by Ms. Frisbee. And Ms. Frisbee, have you had the opportunity to go over the request and warrant for probation violation, which was for one that was failing to appear for the sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And did you also have an opportunity to go over with Ms. Updike her probation violation hearing rights?
Yeah, she said she knew her rights, so yes.
All right. And did you go over the written probation violation advice and rights form that we provide with her?
Yes.
I'm sorry, was that yes?
Yes.
Okay, all right, I'm sorry, I didn't do that. All right, and Ms. Updike, do you understand that the allegations here are that you were placed on probation in this court for the felony offense of operating while intoxicated, third offense?
Yes, sir.
And that is a felony which carries up to 5 years in prison. Do you understand that? And you're alleged to have violated your probation condition 4.16, that you must obey all court orders when and on or about October 13th, 2020, that you were sentenced to jail at a probation violation hearing and you failed to report to the Newaygo County Jail as before. Do you understand that the allegation, that is the allegation raised against you?
Yes, Your Honor. That's why I turned myself in last night. No, I wanted to put this.
All right. And do you understand that people that are charged with violating their probation have a number of rights?
Yes, sir.
And did you go over those rights with Ms. Frisbee today?
Yes, sir.
And we also went over those rights before your other probation violation,
Yes,
correct? And do you understand those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And one of the most important rights that you have is the right to be represented by an attorney. If you could not afford an attorney, the court would appoint an attorney to represent you at public expense. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And in this case, do you wish to hire an attorney to represent you on this most recent probation violation?
No, Your Honor.
No?
No.
All right. And do you wish to be represented by an attorney?
Well, yes, please.
All right. And are you asking the court to appoint an attorney for you?
I mean, Ms. Frisbee was the original one. I assume that she was still the attorney for it.
It's a new inquiry each time you have a new violation.
Oh, okay.
So you're asking the court to appoint an attorney for you?
Yes, please.
And have you been working?
No, sir.
When was the last time that you held a job?
I don't know. I get tribal money.
Okay. How much travel money do you get?
I get, depending on with the corona and they shut the casinos down, it's up in the air right now. Sometimes it's 600, sometimes it's 100. It's not.
Per week, per month?
Oh, per
day?
month, sorry, per month.
When was the last time you received a travel check?
We got a Christmas bonus, I believe.
How much was that?
That one was, I think, $500.
500?
Yes.
Okay. And you don't work other than that?
Not right now, sir, no. I was exposed to someone who had corona, so I couldn't go out and get a job, and plus I needed to take care of this, so.
How long has it been since you held a job?
Probably last year.
All right, the court does find that you are indigent, and the court would appoint Ms. Frisbee to represent you in this probation violation case. The next thing that we need to do is set a bond on this probation violation. Ms. Frisbee, is there anything that you want the court to consider in setting a bond on this probation violation?
Miss Updike did turn herself in. She did come in of her own volition, and turned herself in. I think she'll still be on, I think she probably has a hold still from Muskegon for, the same thing. For failing to appear, but she'll be put on probation in Muskegon when she answers those concerns as well. And she was considering pleading guilty to this violation, but I couldn't get a hold of, Mr. Gutter to find out exactly what the sentence would have been for the probation violation and if it would run concurrent with the other 9 months or whatever she was supposed to get.
All right. Mr. Holmes, anything that you want the court to consider regarding bond?
Yes, sir. Obviously, these are serious charges. She's delayed the situation here by not showing up. It sounds like she did the same thing in the other county. If I'm reading the paperwork right, we got $20,000 cash and surety. I asked the court to at least maintain that, if not higher. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Updike, anything that you want the court to consider?
It wasn't that I had to turn myself into the other county. It was coming here. That's all in the same. Like, it was because I didn't come here. They just issued the same thing for the same reason. Because they're running my time concurrent with you guys.
All right, well, the court in this case is going to set bond at $20,000 cash or surety. But really, you shouldn't post that because you're going to be serving the sentence that I previously imposed for the last part of probation violation.
Right, yeah, that's what I said.
You're not gonna get out anyway, so
No.
you get your money, post and bond.
No.
Okay? Now, it looks like for the last probation violation, they gave you 240 days with credit for 135. So you've got some time to go there. And then we'll have a probation violation hearing on this case. And you may get more time on top of that. So the court will set this case for a probation violation hearing on February 3rd at 9 o'clock.
Okay,
All right?
thank you, Your Honor.
Yep, that's all for today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Ridley.